Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Sudden Wealth. I hope you're having a good start of the week. By the way, guys, don't forget, if you do enjoy the content, please consider dropping that like and subscribe. We are now above the 850 subs, so thank you very much for your support. Now, let's kick it. Let's not waste any time whatsoever. So what's been happening? Exactly what I was expecting in the beginning of the month. When it comes to the stock market, quite volatile, meaning we had a few of the down days, but then one single day pretty much puts us close to the upper side of the channels once again, which means I do believe this is going to be a topic going throughout the year, in which you can have certain moves into a certain direction, and basically then you have 1 or 2 days that basically erase the entire move. Okay, what I've been seeing is also oil prices were kind of down, particularly yesterday, and commodities in general, including gold. I do believe the reason for it is the market is starting to price recession. So what I've mentioned last year, if you guys recall, was that now that all the economists in the US and the Fed and the Goldman Sachs and JP Morgans of the world were saying that they were seeing no recession, I said that, okay, then 2024 feels like we do gonna have a recession, just based on the fact that all of these people say it's impossible. Just the same way that all of them were predicting recession in Q3 and Q4 2023, I said no way, because everybody's expecting it. Now let's see if we're gonna have it. By the way, I'm not predicting a massive depression, no, I'm not like those guys, predicting the end of the world, but I do believe a recession is very well possible to happen. By the way, guys, don't forget CPI comes this week, referring to the month of December. December tends to be a bit of a higher inflationary month. The reason for it being people take holidays, people spend more money, so in normal years CPI tends to be higher in December. If you look at the German inflation data, and although it came below expectations, it still came out higher than November. So I'm not saying that that's going to happen on Thursday. Most importantly is I do believe inflation will come pretty close to expectations. So not a massive beat to the upside or a massive bit to the downside either. Now, today, at the moment that I'm recording this, basically S&P is pretty much flat, Dow Jones and Russell slightly down, Nasdaq slightly up. Once again, I do believe everybody's looking at the inflation data coming on Thursday. Now, going into crypto, the most interesting part of today, what I've been saying when we crashed, by the way, I'm even using the language of these people, my God. When we crashed to 41, when we had like this flash crash to close to 42,000, 41,800, I said by the end of the month, we should be consistently above 45,000. Guess what? We touched 47, 48,000. So for those who actually took advantage of the opportunity presented, they did well. The other ones, well, there's going to be other opportunities going forward. We are currently, at the moment of this recording, around 46,800. So we are comfortably above 45,000. This is something that I've mentioned before I would like to see. So I want us, in order to be replicating the previous cycle, I want to see ourselves comfortably above 45,000. So I don't want these little weeks where we go up and down and that's it. No, I do want Bitcoin to be comfortably above 45,000. So that way we are basically repeating the previous cycles. Now, one thing that is not happening yet is a clear outperformance by Ethereum. As you may recall, I did predict for January and February, so I have until the end of February to see if I was correct or wrong, that Ethereum should outperform Bitcoin. I do believe the Bitcoin ETF looming imminent approval is kind of skewing the interest into Bitcoin even further and away from Ethereum at the moment, but I do believe that should reverse. The reason for it is actually quite simple. If we do get spot ETFs approved in the US, the likelihood that we're going to have a spot ETF approved for Ethereum also grows in nature, so the market will eventually, in my opinion, resume the typical cycle and the outperformance of Ethereum between January and February 2024. Now, it's going to be important to understand the launch date of the ETF. I mean, if the approval is, let's say, January, and the launch date is, December 2024, for example, I mean, that's as clear as a top signal as you can get. I mean, it is. Can we go then to new all-time highs in 2025? I mean, you're gonna need a lot of leverage to push it up. If it comes out in March or April, so close to the halving, I do believe we have a big sell-off. I'm talking somewhere between 35-45% sell-off, and we have still a good chance of going up once again and making the final top maybe sometime between Q4 2024 and Q1 2025. That's my expectation. We'll see. Now we are entering a part of the cycle where these notions where the market is going are very important, but we start to try to narrow it down depending on the timing of certain things. Now, an important update in the Pulsechain ecosystem. Basically, Pulsechain, Pulsex, and X all rallied more than 30%. So the sacrifice wallet for Pulsechain, in case you guys recall, when USDC depegged, that wallet took advantage and did an arbitrage opportunity, meaning as the USDC depegged something like 70-80%. So basically one USDC 80 cents of a dollar. That wallet did a trade, and that trade then was when the peg came back again. They retraded, so they got about $4 million or $5 million in that trade, and that has been used. So the profits of that trade has been used to buy up Pulsex, and X. Now, one of the good things of the sacrifice wallets is you have $670 million plus on the Pulsechain sacrifice wallet, and you have more than $1 billion on the Pulsex wallet. So you have really a lot of money on the treasury side that can be used for all sorts of things. One of my coins, as you know, Hedron and Icosa, that I also, so basically they are not created by Richard Hart, but they are kind of derivatives of X. Icosa is expected to have a massive upgrade going forward. To me, it looks extremely cheap. As you guys know, I do buy them all, so I do have them all. Pulsex, X, Hedron, and Icosa, and I have them. Hedron and Icosa, I have them on both. X, Hedron, and Icosa, I have them both on the Ethereum and on the Pulsechain. So I really don't care which one moves first. To me, it's kind of irrelevant. But in any case, that was my point when that ecosystem was subdued. So basically, the pricing was not matching expectations. To me, I viewed it as an opportunity. That means that I could accumulate it before it ran massively. And I do think it has the potential to run massively. That's why they are what I call my retirement coins. Now, will it come to fruition? Who knows? But in any case, some interesting developments that came around. And I mean, the community still has more than 150 YouTubers. You have developers coming up with new projects on a consistent basis. So all of the fundamentals that I liked for coins like Cardano, for example, are in full-fledged and in place. So let's see how things develop. I hope I'm right on that one. In my opinion, the ecosystem is still very cheap. Not as cheap as, well, when we were at the bottom, but we are still fairly cheap. So been paying attention. What I've been trying to do is when I see these major sell-offs like we just had recently, 20% sell off, 15% sell off. I try to buy bigger clips. So in the past, I was buying just whenever I could every week. I wouldn't really pay attention to the price, but now I'm buying bigger clips on bigger opportunities. But in any case, crypto cycle still repeating. We're still seeing the same things. Try to tune out all these people predicting the end of the world, and every time we go down 5%, sell everything, short this and that. Try to avoid all that noise. It's purely designed for clickbait and to get engagement and to get your views. In any case, guys, I wish you all the best for the rest of the day, and I'll catch you in the next one.